Welcome to Higgins Keto Blog Day 14. I got it right this time.
Pause.
I got it right this time. All right. Day 14, and today is Cheesecake Day. Oh, yeah, Cheesecake Day. And we have a special treat for you. Not that you actually get to have any.
Right.
But we're actually going to try it for the first time right in front of you.
Right.
And she also made the fat bombs too, so we're going to try those right in front of you too. Mm-hmm. If they are good, we're going to try to feed it through the screen, but I don't think it'll work. But,
right.
We also found out some interesting facts today, which we're going to share with you. Mm-hmm. What do we want to start with first? Do we want to start with the cheesecake?
No, I want you to start with the keto version of the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Okay, yes, I did make keto Cheddar Bay biscuits, and I will have to say this. Okay, no, they're not Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. However, are they good? Yes, they are good. I have a couple of examples, but I'm going to pull one out and show you. Okay, they're flatter than normal because obviously it doesn't have the flour to hold it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, but they're very good.
They are. They're rather tasty.
And I mean, they may not be as, how do I say this, flaky,
right,
as the real thing, but the flavor's pretty darn close.
And he even doctored it up a little bit.
Yeah, because the original recipe that I found called to make the dough, add the cheese to it with the egg. Well, okay, I'll tell you what it is. You take 4 eggs and whisk them. Okay, then you add 2 cups of cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, to the eggs and whisk that all together. Then in another container, you're supposed to take the 1 cup of almond flour and a teaspoon of baking powder and mix that together. And then you're supposed to mix that all together and dole those onto a sheet pan with the oven set at 400 degrees and bake them for 8 to 10 minutes in big dollops. Okay. Here's the issue with that. Yeah, they put, garlic, they brushed garlic butter on it after it was done, but where was the garlic flavor and the butter flavor and crap in the actual thing itself? Well, it wasn't there. So I said, you know what, I'm going to fix their button. And so I went ahead and I added garlic powder and butter to the actual mix before I baked it. And shoved it in the oven, pulled it out, and then brushed it with garlic butter, on top of that. And dang, they're good.
Now, in the morning, he is going to fry up some bacon and an egg, and we'll slice that open, and we'll have like a, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Cheddar Bay biscuit, egg, and bacon sandwich.
But what I can see in the near future, my husband taking bacon and crumbling it
and putting it in the biscuit. Right. Oh, yeah.
Or even sausage.
Oh, yeah.
So many different things that we could possibly do with this recipe.
And the nice thing about it is each one of the biscuits was 3.5 carbs.
And that's total.
Yeah, that's total, not net. That's total carbs.
Right.
So I'm kind of stoked.
Yeah, super happy.
Because they fulfill some protein, they fulfill the low carb, and they definitely have fat.
And they're dense to where you literally feel full.
Right.
After eating it.
The only side note that I would put with these is, just like the other, any of these breads, and I told Shauna about this earlier, any of these breads that we make like this for the keto, you've got a 2-day shelf life.
Right.
That's it. So if you're not going to eat it that day or the next day, don't make it. Okay, because it's got a 2-day shelf life because it doesn't have all that crap in it that they put in, markets and things like that to keep it shelf fresh for, indefinite.
Yeah, there aren't those preservatives.
Right.
So you truly need to make sure that you're eating it within a
And the thing is, these things were so easy to make, it wasn't funny. Now, I shredded my own cheddar cheese with the food processor, but if you already have the shredded cheddar cheese, it takes 2 bowls and all of, I think it was a minute and a half to put it together and to dole it out onto the baking sheet, and then it took 10 minutes to bake. I mean, it's not like it's a difficult process.
Right.
Matter of fact, I could even see myself going ahead and making them. Okay. Because of what they're made of, I would assume they are freezer friendly. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I wouldn't chance it.
But I'm just saying, I might try it with one out of a batch, and then make it into a ball, freeze it, and then take it out like a week later and put it on a sheet. Let it thaw for a little bit, and then put it on a sheet pan, and then baking it and seeing what happens.
Right.
So, but yeah, they were good. So.
All right. So the next thing, fat bombs.
Yes.
So there are plenty of times where you may have met your macros for protein and carbs, but you still have calories and fat. Now, not to say that some of the fat bombs do not have carbs or protein, depending upon what it is that you use.
How you make it is going to depend on that.
Absolutely. So I did a recipe that it was coconut oil, butter, a half a cup of pumpkin, allspice, and stevia liquid. Now, I will tell you, I had tasted the stevia liquid, did not like it, but I still made these. A good majority of the fat bomb recipes, they will call for whatever you make to go into the freezer. For whatever reason, for this recipe, it only called for them going in the fridge.
Right.
But I did, very different. Plus, so you put them in the fridge, then you have to roll them into balls. Well, that was a sticky, yucky mess.
And she doesn't like sticky yucky.
No, I did not like that. So I made some balls.
She's got balls.
So, a ball. That was one batch. The other batch that I did...
She just froze as they were.
Yeah, I froze them the way that they were. So that's what they look like if you just freeze them. So a fat bomb, pumpkin spice. So I'll let my husband try one first.
Okay, I will pick up the one that you handled. They're kind of slimy because they're cold and whatever.
And they have coconut oil and butter in them, so truly a fat bomb.
If I had to force feed myself this, I could do it. Otherwise, no.
Right. I think it's the stevia liquid.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
word.
I wouldn't recommend those. Oh, it's like.
And it's spray. That's what it reminds me of.
It's like, a plant crapped in my mouth.
Those will be going in the trash.
Here, take that one, throw it in there. Oh my Lord, that was bad.
Don't use stevia liquid.
Yeah, that's the first time we tried it. So we're sitting here going, well, maybe we'll have something great with this, So we tried that in there, and no. Yeah, those suck.
It's the stevia liquid.
I'm glad you spent all that time today making those, and it sucked so bad. So
right. Anything for the public so that other individuals can try.
I need water.
It's a very good suggestion there, Mr. Higgins.
Okay. All right, I'm done. All right. Now for the cheesecake. Dear Lord, please make this good. I will say this: we did try a sampling of the crust when it first got done baking. The crust is excellent.
Oh my! It's flaky. It's buttery.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
It's literally stevia. I use stevia in the raw, and maybe 2 3/4 cups, or just 2 cups, I have to recall, almond flour, and butter.
Right.
And that pretty much is it.
And it's good.
The crust.
The crust is. Now we're going to try the
Here's
whole.
a picture.
We're going to try the whole thing,
Just so that you can see, that's what the cheesecake looks like.
That's a slice of it. Mine's slightly less, broken.
Right. You can see, oh wait, that was a perfect picture of that crust.
Yeah. Now the crust is awesome. Okay. Look at that back part. Oh yeah. Okay. So, my wife makes excellent cheesecakes, by the way. This is her first attempt with this.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I'm going to take off the hunk here. See, right here. All right. And we're going to try this right in front of you. All right. You say when.
Oh, wait a minute.
So we can do it at the same time. We get this, get those facial reactions going, whether it's good or bad.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Not bad, actually.
Yeah, that I could eat.
It's not overly sweet.
Right.
And you do add lemon. So it's 32 ounces of cream cheese, a tablespoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of vanilla,
I think if you added
4 eggs.
If you added a little more lemon, I think that would kill off even more of that stevia.
The taste. Which is probably why they had the lemon juice in there.
Right.
So maybe using 2 tablespoons?
Yeah.
Instead of just the 1?
Right. Or we can just use the new stuff when we get it. Yeah, I could eat that. Yeah.
Not bad.
Matter of fact, I'll probably be finishing this piece when we're done here. Matter of fact, it's probably more than a guarantee. I know I will.
I'm trying to think of what else I could do with that crust. Because that crust is wonderful.
Yeah, the crust is great. So, using that crust for, well, babe, I mean, seriously, if we were to get the just a bunch of strawberries.
Oh, and like a strawberry
do like a
pie.
Strawberry pie with with just strawberries. Like maybe throw some strawberries into a blender to make the thing instead of an actual syrup. And then use that as the binder with maybe a little gelatin. Or is the gelatin thing not in your?
Oh no, it's fine.
Make it a gelatin strawberry pie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because gelatin has nothing in it; it's just gelatin. Okay. Maybe that because that crust is awesome. I got to say that crust is good. If I could just scrape everything else out and just eat the crust, I'd probably do it. But yeah, but the cheesecake's not bad. It does have the slight aftertaste of the stevia.
But I think adding the additional lemon juice.
The additional lemon juice would probably kill that pretty well.
And off the top of my head, roughly 334 calories. Because the whole cheesecake makes a total of 16 slices. Right. Roughly 334 calories. I know that there were 5 grams of carbs.
Per slice?
Per slice.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, those were total carbs, not net.
Okay.
Not
well,
net carbs.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah. That's very good.
So, I mean, if we're at 20 carbs, we can have dessert.
Yeah. Literally.
So, there was that. So, now you know those two. The fat bombs are a thumbs down.
At least when they're made with the stevia liquid. Yeah. I have another recipe that I am going to try them in with the molds.
And that brings us to the... Well, where are we at now? Oh, okay. That brings us to the next level of things, which may be something we're going to be trying soon. Okay. What's the name of that website again?
What website?
The bakery person.
Julian Bakery.
Julian Bakery. Okay, it's all about the paleo keto diet thing, but they have all products that you can buy.
Well, it's largely a paleo website, but there are some items that are keto friendly.
Right. And the one of those is Instaketones. Okay. These are it's a powder that you put into drinks, okay, or whatever, that gives you an instant ketone at rush. You take it right before a workout to give you extra energy for a workout, but it guarantees to put you into ketosis. That's what it does. It puts you into ketosis. No matter what. There was even one guy on there who literally he took his blood ketones, and they were at a 0.6 because he had just got done eating he said he cheated and had a high-carb meal. Okay? But he was going to his workout, and he knew he was in trouble, so he drank a glass of this. Okay? He went to his workout, did his blood ketones again right before he started to work out, and they were now at 2.2, which is high. Okay? And that's blood ketones, not urinary ketones. That's the blood ketone level, which means they're being used for fuel. So literally, just by drinking the drink, even though he screwed up and ate the high-carb meal, put him right back in ketosis in an hour.
Now, of course, we are not suggesting that you can continue eating high carbs and buying the Instaketones.
Even he said that it was only because of the wants, because if you continue to eat carbs, what does your body want to use for energy?
It wants to use that
It wants to use that instead.
Right.
So it will always use the most readily source, and the most ready source is carbohydrates and sugars. Okay?
So my husband had a mind thought.
Yes. My thought was this, because one of the things they say that you can do with this is eat a low-fat, low-carb, high-protein diet, eat this or drink this, and it'll put you in ketosis, causing you to burn only fat so that you can still continue to do heavy. Bodybuilders use it so they can still eat all the protein to keep up their muscles and things like that, but cut the fat down. That's what they use it for. So, and it has no side effects, by the way. There are they've studied this thing for years. According to the thing, then there are no known side effects because it's just ketones, okay? And they've even had it was multiple people. Now, listen, we're not experts and we're not proclaiming this.
Right.
Do your research.
Absolutely.
Okay? I'm just telling you what they said. And people were losing 2 pounds a day. Because they weren't eating fat in their diet either. It was all body fat being burned. But here's the clue. They were still only doing 20 to 25 carbs a day. That's it. And none of them was simple carbs. They were all complex carbs, like vegetables. Okay? That's where they were getting all their carbs from. The high-level carbs. And it was still
like
only
chips and things of that nature.
Right. You don't want that crap. Okay, right. It's still 20 to 25 carbs, so it's still low carb, but they were able not to have to eat as much fat and do that. Now, listen, I'm planning on doing research myself on this to find out what the truth behind it. I've went to several different places, seen a lot and there are some people that sing its praises, and there's other people that are detractors saying that they're not quite sure whether this would work. Okay, I'm looking at the science.
Well, the moral of the story is that my carnivorous husband
I want the meat.
Gets to eat more meat.
Right.
Because if you understand in a ketone diet, you have to have less protein in comparison to the fat intake.
Right.
He'd prefer to have high amounts of protein and less fat.
Right.
So this made him extremely happy, and we thought we'd share.
Right. So now the most exciting thing and the most devastating thing at the same time were what we found out today about sweeteners.
In particular, the stevia.
Right.
So here I had been a Splenda/Equal gal for years.
Right.
Years.
Stuff that kills you.
Right. So, to the chagrin of my husband, constantly telling me that I was, making myself that much more fat, essentially, by continually using these products. And of course, now we know that these are the very items that are being banned. This is why Coca-Cola and other pops or sodas, if you're here in the South, now have changed their advertising, have changed the labels on their soft drinks, things of that nature, because of the sweeteners.
Right.
So bring in stevia on the raw, to boot. That's what I had started to use, and it took me a little while to get used to it. But the fact that I'm now using a great amount in comparison to before, and here I've been constantly dizzy.
Right.
And I'm not a liquid. I don't take in a lot of liquids. I don't. So the aspect of me being dehydrated, yes, that was definitely a thought. But my husband, he decided he was going to do some research.
Which I did.
To see, what the side effects of using so much stevia were. And essentially what it amounts to is that, there is a possibility that I am having, a quote-unquote allergic reaction.
To stevia.
Which can manifest as dizziness.
Also lethargy.
Which I have constantly been having.
It listed 5 things that it can cause. It can cause dizziness, lethargy, extreme appetite suppression.
Which I indicated I've not had an appetite to eat.
Right. Headaches.
Which I've had.
And nausea.
Well, I've had the occasional nausea.
Right. So, even if they're not all the time, she's had every single one of the side effects of having a reaction to stevia. So I said, okay, babe, I need you to, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, after today, we're cutting her stevia off. Mm-hmm. Okay, completely. So I went and I looked, and my chocolate drink that I drink, which I don't think I've told you about that yet. I absolutely love it. Because I was the guy who a
dessert in a cup.
As my wife said from the first blog, the dessert in a cup. Mm-hmm. I like my mochas. Okay, so when I made one at home, I simply took a packet of a hot chocolate and put it into my coffee, and with a little bit of cream, and there you go. You know what I'm saying?
Whipped cream.
No, cream and whipped cream.
Right.
Both.
Right.
My cups of coffee were like 500 calories. Yeah, I know that's not good. But anyway, but my new chocolate drink is sweetened with monk fruit. Yes, I said that correctly. Monk fruit. It's out of Japan. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to start researching that because it's an all-natural thing, just like stevia is supposed to be all-natural, right? So I said, you know what? I know there's side effects now with stevia, so now I'm going to research monk fruit to see what the side effects are. Well, much to my surprise and great joy, come to find out that monk fruit is all natural if you get the pure kind. Okay, it has to be pure monk fruit. Once again, we found it on
Julian Bakery.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and it literally says
quite a price.
But here's the thing, and every single place I went to, they said if you're going to get real monk fruit, because it is so hard to harvest, because it comes from only one type of gourd in Japan, it's going to be pricey. And they were not lying. The ones that aren't pricey are mixed with different things like dextrose or erythritol or stevia.
Right.
Okay? That's what makes them cheaper. And so literally you're going to get the side effects but okay, I'll go back to this. Monk fruit has no side effects. Zero. Zip. Zilch. The only downside that anybody listed was that some people taste the fruity flavor of the monk fruit.
Which I had come across a recipe
that actually called for it.
Brownies. And it called for monk fruit.
Right.
So I would have a huge issue if it tasted fruity.
Well, I can tell you this right now. That's what they use to flavor my chocolate drink. Mm-hmm. And I don't taste any fruitiness at all. But I think that's because chocolate itself
is a strong flavor.
Right, and it has a fruity nature in itself. Chocolate itself, actually,
undertones.
Right, they're undertones, but it's already there, so it's probably just, it already covers that up. It probably has no problem covering up the monk fruit because it doesn't in my chocolate drink. And if this is the truth, we ordered one container, okay? Now, yes, this is going to rock your boat, okay? It's $29.99, $30 for 100 servings.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Right. Now, it costs less, not much, if you buy it in bulk. However, since this is our first try, I said, you know what, we're going to just get some and try it first, okay? Right. One of the other benefits of the monk fruit, from what they said, like I said, once we get it, we'll have to let you know, but is that there's no aftertaste.
Yeah, so this will be interesting.
It will be interesting. We'll see how it goes. And if we can switch it, but it is pricey. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pricey, which probably means that we are probably going to be using it for coffee and the occasional treat.
Right.
But,
or,
yeah.
Quite honestly, I mean, if we do the occasional treat, that's one aspect. But I was fine previously just occasionally using the stevia and the raw.
Right.
So I may, still maintain, because we had bought a bigger bag of the stevia and the raw for baking.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, we may go back and forth. It's just I cannot justify
she can't use
using the monk fruit at that price in
everyday
everyday baking.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so what we'll probably do is,
or maybe we could try a cheaper version for baking.
Well, I get what you're saying. Or we could just, not have sweets. Maybe treat it like a once a month, gift to ourselves for our goal.
And that's fine. I'm just saying, because even then it's still just pricey.
Right. And I understand that. But I mean, I'm sure she's not the only person, which might not even be a she. But I'm sure that website's not the only place that sells pure monk fruit, and there might be other places that we can get it from that are cheaper.
That's true.
Right. So, but we wanted to get some right away just so we could try it.
Right. We have tons of research still to do.
Right. Hey, we're researching people. That's what we do. So yeah, that's exciting. What we found out. I found out that I can eat this cheesecake, which is good.
Yeah.
It's not full-blown sugar cheesecake, okay? But it's still good, okay? Oh, yes. The crust is awesome. Now we know about that crust. We can do all sorts of crap with the crust.
Absolutely.
And we can go from there. So we got the recipes. Mm-hmm. We know about the fat bombs are a big no.
At least that flavor. The pumpkin spice with
you got to have something that's going to cover up that.
It's the liquid stevia.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I know that's what it is.
Is there any? I mean, is the powder's not that strong?
No, it's not.
So maybe we can use powder, and I don't know.
Well, the other recipes that I have to try, they do not call for the liquid stevia.
Okay, so well, that works. I will say this too. One last thing about the monk fruit before we sign off. It's 200 to 250 times as sweet as sugar. So you don't have to use as much.
That's interesting.
They literally they said 1/4 teaspoon of monk fruit powder is the same sweetness as 7 to 8 packs of sugar.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that may last a long time.
Right. So we'll let you know. Okay.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll let you know. But it's been great talking to you again, and
we have a cheesecake to get to.
We have a cheesecake to get to. You have a great night.
Good night.
Night.